Broadcasting to you from the heart of northern Minnesota, this is the best music-oriented podcast and web series on all of YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Roger Radio Show. I am Roger Radio.
And I'm Aegis on Levity, the entire band group.
Wayne's World!
Wayne's World!
Wayne's World!
Wayne's World! Party time! Excellent!
And I feel fucking excellent right now because I got this bitch right here.
Oh yeah, I got one too.
Let's fucking cheers, man. It's a beautiful weekend, dude. The weather's beautiful outside. The girls are gonna be flocking around for little old Uncle Roger to come get. Yeah. Oh, in the meantime,
cheers, brother.
Extreme close-up. Cheers to your fuck face.
Yeah, cheers, cunt.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for today's podcast, we're going to do something a little bit different moving forward. As you all know, we've done music award shows. We've done music albums. We've talked about different topics and subjects. We're going to add another thing to this. If you all remember a while back, I did do a review of the Stans documentary that was released about us Stans, who are huge Eminem fans. We are going to start also doing films and biopics that are music-based.
Yep.
And this is going to be a good one right here because it's the anniversary of this film for this month. But before we get into what is today's legit film review, the question of the podcast is, what is your favorite music-based movie? It could be whatever.
That is a tough one.
Anything that involves music, you know, like whether it be biopics about bands and musicians, anything that has a little bit of that music into it, you know, for like cliches or, you know, for example, Blues Brothers is a good example, obviously. Tenacious D, School of Rock.
Tenacious D is definitely up there, but I wouldn't say that's it.
It is, dude. It's a good one. And that is a movie that we will discuss in the future. Without a doubt, people. For me, I would say Tenacious D as of right now. Until I see more.
Honestly, I hate to say this, but I think I might have to go with Repo, the Genetic Opera.
Is that even music-based?
It's a rock opera. That's a film.
I don't know, man. I hear so much.
The entire song is 100% singing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, it's Tenacious D for me, without a doubt. I mean, there could be other films that I might see in the future. I don't know. I got like a whole ton of them. I mean, do you see all these DVDs here? Look at that.
Yeah.
There's like a bunch of them that were my dad's, and I gotta watch some of them when I have time. But you know me, busy.
No, one of these days, I want to sit you down and force you to watch Repo, because it's all rock music, and it's really fucking good. It's not scary at all, but it is very gory.
I don't know if your cat's doing that, but Bernie's flopping around.
Yeah, it's the cat.
Oh, I thought, no, you were supposed to be like, what are you talking about? He's not moving. All right, so for today's legit film review, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to review a classic from the 1990s, which I consider a Saturday Night Live film, because we all know this is an SNL film based on one of the well-known skits from Saturday Night Live, and I am, of course, talking about Wayne's World.
Party on, Wayne.
We can't forget about my boy Garth. I mean, dude, if you didn't have the hat on, dude, I'd say you would come across a Garth, you know, but if he dyed his hair what you have right now. And of course, me, I cut my hair. Otherwise, if I grew it long, I could be like Wayne, you know. What can I say about this film? It's a classic. Is it like a massive hit? Well, it came out in the 1990s, so what does that tell you? And this was during the renaissance of Saturday Night Live, man. I could even say
unrelated.
Huh?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I could safely say, like, when it comes to Saturday Night Live, the 1990s was the golden era, the golden
Oh
age of
yeah,
it.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. And let me tell you, dude, the cast that they had was really good for this film, man. It really, really was.
All right, what I was going to say is completely unrelated to the topic of today's video. The Deer Hunter just dropped a new single called Giants, and it's really fucking good.
Yeah. I mean, and
And the
even
next,
then, yeah, and I even told you, like, when the album's supposed to be coming out, too, for Sonya.
yep, March 20th is the album's going to be dropping, and we're going to be making a video about it
Yeah, obviously.
because I'm
Well,
so
we are
excited.
planning to, so we're just gonna keep an eye on the date and let you guys know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, all right, so let's get into this, man. The film was released on February 14th, 1992. It was directed by Penelope Spheris, who who was well known for her work such as the Decline of Western Civilization trilogy of music documentaries. It was written by Mike Myers, Bonnie Turner, and Terry Turner, and it was based on Wayne's World, which is a comedy franchise that was created by Mike Myers and Dana Carvey. And the interesting thing is that this is the second Saturday Night Live based film to come out right after Blues Brothers. So Saturday Night Live, I think, really wanted to capitalize on making movies like this. Could you imagine, like, how many more SNL films they could make, especially with some of the stuff that Will Ferrell did, dude, and Matt Foley, the motivational speaker, you know? Yeah. Oh, and of course, it was produced by, obviously, Lorne Michaels, starring Mike Myers, Dana Carvey, and oh, dude, we cannot forget about this guy. It was also starring the legend himself, Rob Lowe, who's without a doubt one of my favorites, dude. Like, there is something about him that you really like, you know? Cinematography was done by Theo Van de Sande, edited by Malcolm Campbell. The music was done by J. Peter Robinson. It was distributed by Paramount Pictures. The budget for this movie was $20 million, but the box office was $183.1 million.
Damn.
So you gotta admit, dude, that's really good. And this, honestly, this is a movie that I thought would be a flop. You know? But it actually did
One what I really
good.
want to see someday, though?
What?
On the topic of Saturday Night Live, I want to see John Mulaney make a musical because he's been on Saturday Night Live a lot and he's very funny and he loves musicals. Why not write a musical?
Yeah.
I think that could be pretty fucking cool.
All right, let me see here before I forget here. Oh, it actually did really good. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has an approval rating of 79% based on 96 reviews with an average rating of 6.60 out of 10, with the critical consensus stating an oddball comedy that revels in its silliness and memorable catchphrases. Wayne's World is also fondly regarded because of its endearing characters. On Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 57 out of 100.
57.
Yep, 57 out of 100, based on reviews from 14 critics indicating mixed or average reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film an average grade of A- on an A+ to F scale.
Yeah, on IMDb, it's got a 7.0 out of 10.
Yeah. Roger Ebert gave the film 3 stars out of 4 and said in his review, I walked into Wayne's World expecting a lot of dumb, vulgar comedy, and I got plenty. But I also found what I didn't expect, a genuinely amusing, sometimes even intelligent undercurrent. Gene Siskel called the film a very funny and most original comedy with inspired bits of whimsy, and ranked it number 8 on his list of 10 best movies of 1992. Destin Howe wrote in the Washington Post that making a movie out of such a teeny sketch is better than you'd expect, but criticized the finale as an attempt to lampoon movie endings and a despair-driven inability to end the movie. Now, we are going to get to the ending when the time comes, but all I could say is, what the fuck?
There is another movie I'd compare the ending to.
Yeah.
I'll say it when we get there, though.
Yeah, please do. Filipino columnist Julie Y. Daza of Manila Standard stated that I didn't know what the generation gap meant until I saw this silly nonsensical movie called Wayne's World, and I saw how my son went stark raving mad over it.
Does Kitty have anything to say?
Like, dude, put your pussy down, dude. We're trying to work here, god damn it. Anyway, the accolades, the American Film Institute recognition gave it was AFI's 100 Years, 100 Laughs nominated. It was 100 or AFI's 100 Years, 100 Movie Quotes. It was nominated for Schwing and nominated for We're Not Worthy, We're Not Worthy. Oh, and here we go. AFI's 100 Years, 100 Songs. It was nominated for Bohemian Rhapsody. And I know you love your Bohemian Rhapsody, dude.
I don't listen to much Queen, but Bohemian Rhapsody is inarguably a great song.
Dude, for some reason at my fucking prom and at our winter ball or something like that, we had we had this science teacher who was like a quite a character, and every time when we were ending the dances, he would fucking have a Bohemian Rhapsody play for whatever reason.
Yeah. Well, fun fact here. This is on IMDb trivia. The Queen song Bohemian Rhapsody nearly didn't make it into the film. Mike Myers desperately wanted it, but Paramount and film producer Lorne Michaels opposed. Paramount didn't want the song because the rights were too expensive, while Michaels didn't want the song because he wanted something more current, preferring Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses. Myers
Yeah.
threatened to quit the production if he didn't get what he wanted, and eventually they all agreed.
Oh, dude. You know what? He pulled a Marvin Gaye right there. Because you know, like
Wait,
how I
who's
told
gay?
you, like, well, here's the thing. Like, remember I told you like Marvin Gaye when we were talking about our protest songs, right? In our last few, like how many episodes ago, Marvin Gaye wrote a song called "What's Going On," and Motown did not want to release it because they thought it was too political. But Marvin Gaye protested, saying, "I will not record any more music until this song's released." So yeah, Mike Myers done pulled a fucking Marvin Gaye on Paramount and Lorne Michaels. And you would have to have balls to say no to Lorne Michaels of all people. Because you know, Lorne Michaels is very notorious for being quote unquote hands-on and being like, you guys go off script and you're done. That's what he fucking did with a lot of the musical
Really?
acts. Like Frank Zappa's one of them. Rage Against the Machine's another one. Who else is there? Sinead O'Connor's another one too. Alrighty, man. So shall we get into the film or talk about the synopsis of it?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, ladies and gentlemen, it goes a little something like this. Let me take you back a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, even though it's not Star Wars related. So we got Benjamin Kane, who is playing as Rob Lowe, and he's with, I don't know if it was his girlfriend or just a mistress, and he's like tuning through channels to be like, what's good, what's on, you know, like typical like how we are if we had cable. But me, I'm just like on YouTube, like, there was some pretty nostalgic throwback commercials that I saw. You remember the fucking Chia commercials?
Yes.
Chia.
Chia.
God. Dude, that is such a fucking throwback right there, dude. I was like, fuck, I'm really that old. And then as he is tuning through the channels, right? He comes on to, or comes across Wayne's World, dude. And we got the old famous quote of what they start with: Wayne's World!
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World!
Wayne's
Party
World.
time!
Party time.
Excellent!
Excellent.
And then, of course, they do the old famous extreme close-up. Whoa! You know? Dude, I completely forgotten how really intense that shit was, even for 90s film. They were interviewing this one dude. who had an invention called the old suck cut. And it's not a C, it's a K in the cut. And I was like, and I think he was trying to promote it as like some intense ass thing or whatever. And they decided to test it out on Garth's hair, and I was like, he was like, my will is being sucked out of me, you know. And there was something that Kane found with this, and he's like, you know what? I think we might have found something. So he calls up the higher ups, boop, 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 and it's like, dude, I think we got something here, you know? Oh, and dude, this kept happening though throughout the whole fucking film on several occasions. But do you notice, like, it was right after they got done with the show, with filming the show, right? And they kept breaking the fourth wall, talking to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there was an unwritten rule that says you can't do that.
It depends if you do it tastefully and
Yeah.
do it well.
It pretty much just started him talking about his life and blah 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 and how he's living with his parents and shit like that. Then they get into Garth's vehicle. There was a nickname for it. Oh, the Mirthmobile.
Hmm.
And they all go cruising around. Like Wayne was cruising around, Garth was cruising around, and there was the other three guys who were helping with behind the scenes, right? And Wayne pulls out, you know, you remember those old 8-track tapes that were like, that they had back in the 70s and whatnot?
Yep.
He pops that in and what plays? Bohemian Rhapsody.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, and they start singing along with it. And then as they get to whatever the part was where they do the band, they just start rocking out.
Hmm.
Then they end up coming across another friend of theirs who I can't tell if he's really stoned or drunk. He's not even talking to him at all. Oh, they make it to this donut shop that they often go to, or it's like a diner, I can't remember, but Garth fucking breaks the fourth wall too. And then there was like the manager there who's like friends with them, and apparently he has a fucking fetish with talking about killing people.
Oh yeah, I remember the fucking creepy guy.
Yeah. He was like
I thought the way I caught it was he was like he murdered someone and then just got a job there.
yeah, or
I know that
I
dude
don't.
definitely killed someone though.
Yeah, but he was doing whatever Skinner's name is from Hot Fuzz, like keeps dropping hints. He pulled a fucking Skinner right there.
I am a slasher and I must be stopped.
Yep.
Huh?
That's what he was
Slasher
doing right
of
there,
prices.
man.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what he was doing, man. Oh, and then all of a sudden Wayne gets in the way saying, hey, only we talk to the camera. And I'm like, you had to tell the audience that it's a camera instead of, you know, like how movies are where it's like the cameras are always well hidden and you don't talk about cameras. He just fucking did that. Oh, and of course, when it comes to these films, dude, you cannot have a film without the old falling in love tropes.
Yep.
Every fucking film back in them days has that. Garth ends up falling in love with his quote-unquote dream girl, who, if I remember correctly, was just looking, trying to remember what her name was again. Oh, Donna Dixon. That was who it was. Oh, and then as they're sitting there eating, there's his ex-girlfriend there's Wayne's ex-girlfriend, who was
The
played
things they're
by,
still together.
yep, who's played by Laura Flynn Boyle, and all of them decide to duck her their heads like this. She has this big ass gift for him or whatever, and she's like, "Happy anniversary." He's like, "We broke up 2 months ago," and this is the one part that got me. I was like, just because we broke up doesn't mean we can't go out. Like, what? And then he starts talking shit about at her in front to her face, and she ends up saying to him, "Be careful, because you'll lose me." Like, they've been broken up for 2 months, but she still thinks this. Like, careful, because you'll lose me. How the fuck does that work? I lost my camera. Give me a moment. That was actually a really good shot right there, if you ask me. Hang on. I gotta reboot it. God damn it. Okay, there we go. I banged my desk too hard. I think that's what did it for me. Fucking cords are really sensitive on my setup here. Okay, so they go.
You're frozen again.
God damn it, hold on a minute. You better not be fucking doing this to me right now. Okay, I think we should be fine. Yep, I just saw like something here. All right, so if we're okay, we should be ready to continue. Okay, so they go to the next nightclub. I can't remember what the name of it is. Like, it's a bar and nightclub and shit like that. And dude, there's their boy Tiny, who's a bouncer and a doorman at the nightclub, and it's a fucking Meatloaf, dude. It's Meatloaf who's actually playing as him. I could safely say that Meatloaf is probably my most favorite musician who's also an actor, you know. Yeah, and dude, even then, it's really interesting to see that, dude. It's been like almost 2-3 years since Meatloaf died. You know,
wasn't Meatloaf also in in a Fight Club?
And Tenacious D too. He played as Jables' father, who was beating his ass with that belt.
Yeah. It's the same guy.
Yeah. Very funny guy. I will say that he is a pretty
I
funny
think
guy.
I think it would be funny to just take like a film that he's in, but instead of him himself, it's just literally just a big fucking bowl of meatloaf.
Dude, every time when I get
I,
TV dinners that have meatloaf in it, I always say, dude, they turned my boy Meatloaf into actual meatloaf. It doesn't, there's no talking though, it's just complete silence.
It's like whenever are you familiar with Ed, Ed and Eddie?
Oh god, dude, don't even get
Like
me
Plank.
started with that fucking
It's like
show.
Plank.
Oh yeah, dude, Plank is the goat, man. He's the best.
Yeah.
All right, so there was this one big buff dude who is like in front of Garth, and Garth is like, "Excuse me, I need to get through," and all that. The dude ends up throwing his ass, and Garth, he doesn't get triggered by it. He just goes outside and gets whatever fucking device he made. And I can't tell if that was a giant ass cow prod that shot him and made him fly or what. And everyone was cheering Garth on, like, yeah, Garth! Apparently, Garth has, like, something about not wanting to shake hands. I don't
Could
know,
be
dude.
OCD. He definitely comes off as an autistic kind of character, you know?
I think that's kind of what it is, honestly, you know. No, I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but he does come off as that. Well, your cat fuck off, dude. We're trying to do a podcast here. Now she's just rubbing off on Bernie, dude.
Oh.
God damn it. I said, dude, at least your cat likes you. My cats hate me. I'm just insurance to my cats. I mean, dude, like when you think about it, hold on a sec. You see what I mean? What? See, I'm just insurance to
Meow.
her. Look at the camera. Look at the camera. Oh,
No, this cat fucking loves me, and me in particular. Like Maria, Ryan, Grant, they'll be here all day. Cat's fucking quiet, doesn't do anything, all right? And as
yeah.
soon as I come home, she just fucking runs over to me and just goes meow, 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 meow.
You know, I find it ironic that you say that when you come home, she comes.
No, like I open the door and it's like she's fucking waiting for me. She just runs toward me.
Right. Anyway, we're watching X Files. That's an old quote that Aegis says all the time when we're watching movies and we get off attention, off
Off
topic.
topic.
Yep, or whatever we're doing. Like, aw, you know. So right after he done fucking sent his ass to the other side of the club, right? Right. Wayne ends up falling in love with Cassandra Wong, who is a singer at the club who is played by Tia Carrere or Carrere. Is that how it sounds?
I think it's Carrere.
All
I could
right,
be wrong though.
Carrere. Yeah, and actually, she actually, her, according to this, her first big break was actually on, you know, the soap opera General Hospital?
Yeah, I've never watched it, but I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, she was on that. She was on that for like a short time, I think. And there's these two guys that are just fighting out of nowhere. I don't know what the hell happened, but she ends up going over there, beats the living hell out of them, man. She beats up two guys that were fighting in a fight that she had no business even getting involved in. That's like me every time when there's a fucking bar fight happening back in Hill City, dude. And even you, and I guarantee you, dude, I have a lot of eyewitnesses who could tell you. Anyway, so they meet. So Wayne goes up to meet her, saying, "You know, I love your stuff, man. You're badass, man. Like, yeah, right." And it seems that they were starting to hit it off a little bit, but you know, gotta take it nice and slow. You know, like you can't be rushful on the first date. And God knows how many times G Money and I had to fucking tell you that.
Yeah, I handled it well, I think.
Yeah, you did, man. And
Yeah, it
I'm
turned out
proud
she
of you
was
for
in me. I
that,
was
you
like, I
know?
don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, but yeah, it is what it is, you know. So, all right. So, meanwhile, they go back to corporate headquarters, and Ben Kane shows the tape to Noah Vanderhoff and Russell Finley, who with Vanderhoff being portrayed by Brian Doyle Murray, who's actually known for being on several films, including Caddyshack, The Razor's Edge, Scrooge, Ghostbusters 2, and let me
He
see here.
also voiced Captain Knuckles in Flapjack.
Yep. Oh, he was also on Groundhog, and he also
Yep.
appeared. Oh, dude, he played as the Flying Dutchman on SpongeBob.
Yeah, he has a very distinct voice, kind of like you know?
Huh, right? Right. I mean, I'm happy with that. Oh, and then of course we also get to Russell Finley, who is played by one of my favorite supporting actors, Kurt Fuller.
Love Kurt Fuller.
Yep,
He was he was in one of my favorite TV shows, Psych. He played the coroner.
Oh yeah, and it says he played as Zachariah in Supernatural.
Yep. He was also in Supernatural.
Yeah, he also appeared on Ghostbusters 2 and another film called No Holds Barred. And I think if I remember correctly, I think he also made he made a couple TV appearances. Like he made an appearance on House. He appeared on Desperate Housewives. He appeared on My Name Is Earl, one of my favorite shows. Um, I'm trying to remember if he. Oh yeah, he also portrayed somebody on the movie The Pursuit of Happiness, and if I remember correctly, I think he also made an appearance on. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I thought he was on. Oh, he also was on Anger Management. He played as Adam Sandler's boss on
Yep.
Anger Management. You know, the angry
He'll also be
mofo.
showing up next week on the podcast.
What's that?
I said he'll also be showing up next week for the podcast. Stay tuned.
I wish. All right. So anyway, here Ben Kane shows the tape to them, right? Pitches the show to them and says, "This could be something big, right?" And they decide, all right, we'll take our chances. And even Finley admitted that he liked the show. You know, I think there was something about the quirkiness and whatever that he liked. So, alrighty. All right, so they're at the car repair shop, right? And I don't know if they were trying to get something fixed, but Garth ends up finding, you know, like those the guns are like whatever drill, screwdriver things that they use for like the tires of cars, you know? He's playing with that and he ends up rubbing it on the fucking car door. I was like, ooh. Ooh. And then he's like, yeah, let's go. Dude, fucking put your pussy down, dude. Fuck. Okay, so then Kane and Finley set up to find what could be their next big thing. And this one guy at the cable station that broadcasts their show is like, who's asking? Are you family of theirs or friends of theirs? And they pretty much flat out said no, but somehow they end up finding where Wayne lived. They go and meet them right after they do their broadcast, and they introduce themselves. Finley stays there to like get to know the behind the scenes crew, and he looked really uncomfortable, and they were just looking at him with a gaze like, "You're an interesting individual," you know, like this, and he's just there like. And then Kane takes Wayne and Garth out to have drinks, right? He offers them an opportunity and gives them $5,000 each. And he was like, I want to read these contracts. Wayne was interested, like, dude, this could be our big break. But Garth was a little hesitant. He's like, he pretends to drop a pen and he fucking does the fourth wall break again. He's like, I don't know about this, dude. You know, and it's like he's talking like this. I don't know about this, dude. So they go out to celebrate. They go to the nightclub that they often go to, right? And Cassandra Wong is there performing again. And obviously Kane was looking to get like a musical you know, like music entertainment on there as well. He offers her that offer as well, right? And so, you know, things are kind of getting together, right, to get everything set up. Up, right? And yeah, then there's that one moment Wayne runs into her again, and they go and hang out, right? And Garth's or Wayne's ex-girlfriend shows up out of nowhere to needing to talk to him, right? And Wayne and Cassandra, they're already having a moment where it kind of made my heart melt a little bit because he was learning the language that she mostly speaks. What's that?
Yeah. Oh, I was just saying what you were saying.
Yeah, and obviously that made my heart melt a little bit. His ex finds him and decides to make out with a guy to try and win him back, but fucking failed. And obviously he's like, nah, this is some crazy bitch that I broke up with. She thinks we're still dating. I don't know. I think she might have like she thinks that we're repeating like how many months ago, probably like that one stunt guy from My Name Is Earl where he banged his head and he keeps thinking the same day it was happening for like 10 straight years, or it's like Groundhog Day for her, you know. And obviously she understood. She actually was fine with it. Apparently she's like and all that. And you know, they start hanging out more. The dude and his ex end up falling out of the window, and who's on the couch that they land on? That one freaking drunk or stoned dude who's just like, you know. Oh, and then this here's probably one of my favorite shots here. You know, like there's a Wayne and Garth like laying there on the hood, looking into the sky like this, thinking about like, dude, we're gonna be big, man. This is gonna be amazing. And I don't know if they were purposely waiting for a plane there or whatnot, but it comes out of nowhere and it scared the hell out of them.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that was the reason why they were there on the car. They were waiting for that plane just so they could scream as loud as they could.
Do you think that was the same plane from Airplane?
It was. It was definitely the same plane as Airplane.
I'm surprised I didn't hear Leslie Nielsen go out and shout out, I just want to tell you both, good luck. We're all counting on you. Just imagine that if they fucking actually did do that. All right. So we now get to the next scene. They are in their main studio, right? And Finley's trying to teach them like how to do the countdown, you know, like when we're about to go live, you know, like this, like 5, 4, 3, you know, and it took them like how many tries. And they were doing rehearsals, you know, it did look like things went good, but they see the whole setup that looked like Wayne's basement, right? And they were already creeped out by it. And I think Garth said, and I quote, "This looks like I put on a new pair of underwear." Fucking Dana Carvey, dude. I don't know about you, man. All right, then. So Noah, who's the big executive and shit like that, he goes and introduces himself. And I don't know what it was, honestly, but he started talking to Wayne almost like in the same way, like if the pilot from Airplane was talking to the kid. You ever been in a cockpit before, son? But instead, he's just talking
Ever seen a
about it.
grown man naked?
Yeah, but instead of asking him questions, he's just babbling on about his life. And Wayne is just there strumming his guitar like in the way he knows how, right? Shit, I should have pulled out my Goldie, honestly, dude, to look the part, you know, like this. Um, I'm just seeing how many more notes I have left because, man, we're going through this pretty fast, honestly. I'd say, like, in a couple more minutes, let's say take a break. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Yeah. So the next day, they all wake up, right? And you're seeing Garth's dog. The dog had the same fucking hairdo as him.
Hmm.
And he starts talking to him like, what is it? What was that one dog that kept barking? He's like, what is it, boy? Trouble at the windmill? Is the barn on fire? You know what I mean? Lassie, I think. He was talking to him like Lassie.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so they go and play street hockey. And, you know, they're talking and whatnot. They're like, game on, up car, game on, and all that. And
Party on.
Yep. Car incoming. Game on. You know. And that whole time, Garth was still kind of questioning Kane's motives, right? Because he's like, you know, he's kind of a suspicious guy. You know what I mean? Oh shit, I got mail. I'm trending, people. I'm trending.
Hmm.
All right. So Stacy was riding her bike and she's too distracted saying hi to Wayne and Garth, and she ends up running into their car or someone's car, I don't know, and they're just like, ooh, and Garth's like, "Are you okay?" All right, so to continue on, I don't know if Garth has like an obsession with creating machines or whatnot, but there's like an arm that he's working on, and Kane comes in and be like, we don't get to talk much, man. I actually like you out of both of y'all, Like, Garth looks so creeped out by him, and the hand comes to life, and he just starts doing that old signature thing with the hammer, like hammering it. I think it's like a famous, like probably one of their iconic moments from that movie. I can't remember, honestly, and then we get to Wayne and Cassandra. They're driving around town listening to music. I can't remember who it was they were listening to. Then they go to like this, those rock and roll stores, that sell the instruments and shit like that?
Yeah.
He ends up finding his dream guitar, which I believe was a Fender Stratocaster. And those are really good guitars, by the way.
Yeah.
I think, and he does, I believe, buy it. Oh, and then Garth, dude, he goes on the drums and he fucking does this signature drum set. But you know what? It's not a surprise that they added that because Dana Carvey, he's a hell of a drummer.
Yeah, he actually played that himself, didn't he?
Yeah. A lot of the drumming that he often did on whether it was Saturday Night Live when he was on there or like his own show that he did called the Dana Carvey Show, which I actually have a DVD of. He did his own drumming, dude. And he's fucking insane, dude. Dude, I mean, I don't even know why he never considered pursuing a music career. I think he would have nailed it on music.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about learning guitar?
My dad tried to teach me at one point, but I just could never figure it out like he did.
Okay.
My grandpa was a huge guitar guy. And obviously I have my grandfather's Epiphone acoustic in here right now. And then there's I already told you, dude, my dad, I don't even know, he bought like how many thousands of dollars worth of guitars, and a lot of them we did sell recently, but we kept a few as family heirlooms. Like I think my cousin Ben in Montana got one and a amp. My sister Brandy inherited one. I can't remember if my sister Skylar ended up getting one, but I have my dad's Goldie guitar, which it's the Les Paul Goldie guitar that I really wanted to keep the most, and I named it Goldilocks, obviously. But I just could never figure out the guitar playing. Like I've been trying, dude. I've been trying, but I just suck.
Yeah.
And they even said that when it comes to learning instruments, guitar is actually the hardest instrument to learn. I think if I was to ever like do any instruments, if I was in a band or something, I would either do the drums or even the synthesizers.
Yeah.
I feel like with synthesizers, you could actually make it looks pretty easy because you just gotta hold like whatever to record and that's it. Well, otherwise with the piano, you would have to remember the keys. I even tried learning piano at school, dude, and I think I sucked way more at piano than trying to learn guitar. So that being said, dude, what do you say we take a quick break right now, man?
Yeah.
So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all tuning in. Oh, and also I forgot to tell y'all, this is going to be a spoiler alert. So, yeah. Too late, bitches. Anyway, until we come back from our break, Wayne's World! Wayne's World!
Wayne's World!
Party time!
Party time! Excellent!
Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, after a long, stressful day, sometimes it's just good, relax, and just enjoy the weekend while you can. In this case, for me, music-wise, honestly, I have to enjoy my weekend by just sitting back and having me some Post Malone Oreo cookies right here. Now this here I've never tried before, but because I'm musically inclined, I have to try these. Holy fuck, that actually looks good. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. It looks like a reverse Oreo cookie, but it's almost like it went halfway and they still didn't go back ever. Might as well give this a try. That looks incredible. Well, cheers. Be sure to go follow me on all my social media today to stay updated on when I upload. Wayne's World!
Wayne's World!
Wayne's World!
Wayne's World!
Time!
Party time!
Excellent!
Excellent!
And welcome back to the Roger Radio Show. And you know what, Aegis? You gotta show me some more fucking hype, dude. That was fucking disappointing, dude.
I was trying to be funny. Here, let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Nah, forget about it. I want to keep that edit in anyway, so. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, how are you all doing? We're talking about Wayne's World. And I had to get a new beer.
I did too.
Hell yeah.
And this is what's called a frost buddy. I put my beer in here and it stays nice and cold.
I'm just drinking it like this. I'm drinking it redneck style. I don't have my knife on me, otherwise I'd shotgun this guy right now. And then we also got Aegis's pussy, something he often does not get like I do.
It's the only pussy I get and it's the only pussy I want.
You got one, I got two, so I got one up on you. What you gonna do now, son? I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you all know who I am. You think I'm nice in real life? Fuck that, son. I'm wild. I'm as wild as my boy Dave Chappelle when he tries to keep it real. Anyway, we're watching X-Files.
Yep.
We are just continuing off with the subject in question. We talked to last time they were in an instruments or music store buying a guitar. Garth, I'm surprised didn't buy drums. They could make a good band right there, don't you think?
Yeah.
They could be like the Primus of public access television, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Anyway, they're just there like right after rehearsals, right? And they are, I think, Kane comes up to him and talks to Wayne about offering his friend or whatever, like a spot or something like that. And he says something about, I do not bow to any sponsor. But he ends up doing something like showing Pizza Hut, Doritos, Reebok, Newprint, Pepsi. You know? Dude, I fucking miss Pizza Hut. I don't know about you. I really do. The only way I could get stuffed crust pizza now is if I get a medium size at Domino's. Not to shit on Domino's. I love Domino's, dude. But, dude,
yeah.
Pizza Hut, it's a lot size more bigger.
When I was in college, we had a Little Caesars
in
the town
dude.
I was in. I loved Little Caesars so fucking much. It was so good.
Dude.
It was cheap as shit. It's like the cheapest fast pizza place, you know? It's cheap as shit and it's fucking good.
Dude, I've eaten at Little Caesars a couple times. There was like, I think when we were coming back from Duluth from a baseball game when I was at Mesabi Ranch College, dude, we stopped at a Little Caesars in Duluth, dude. That was actually my first time I ever ate Little Caesars, dude. And oh my God. The only sad thing.
A lot of people shit on Little Caesars, but they are incorrect. Little Caesars is actually goated.
Yeah. You know, the one thing that saddens me is that Little Caesars is not like Domino's or Pizza Hut because they don't have delivery. You have to actually go get the pizzas at the store yourselves. And it sucked too because there was a Little Caesars that we had in Bemidji when I was going to Bemidji State. But it was literally all the way near where the Walmart in Bemidji was. And that is way far for a motherfucker like me to walk because I don't drive. You know? Maybe we might have to take a trip up there, do a little Caesars trip. We'll call it just like Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Yeah,
We'll have
I was
Aegis and
literally just
Roger
about to
go
say
to
the
Little
same fucking thing.
Caesars. Yeah. And we just get involved in like a whole bunch of fucking shenanigans. All right. So Doritos, obviously, it's a goated chip right there. If you're a Call of Duty gamer like me, you know. Reebok, I never really cared much about that brand, and I wear sports branded stuff. Like I wear Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, but when it comes to Reebok, I don't know, dude. It's a kind of too vanilla for me.
Honestly, I've never been like a fashion kind of guy. Like, I just wear whatever I fucking get my hands on that I like.
Dude, I get to
I'll
the
literally
point,
just go to Walmart and buy clothes, and I wear it all the time.
dude, okay, so my sister Brandy ended up getting this fur jacket a while back, and I was like, are you a pimp? That's kind of how I am with some of my clothing. It's like I kind of feel like I'm a pimp, or I'm the white version of a P Diddy, but he did not do. I did not do sex trafficking like that stupid cunt did.
Hmm.
You know, my fucking camera's lagging, dude. Hold on a minute. Let me reboot it quick. Hold on a sec, folks. We're getting technical difficulties here. All right, let me try one more time. Might have to check my settings before I get done here, or after I get done. Alrighty, so Nuprin, I've never heard of that. It's a medicine. I've never fucking heard of Nuprin
I
before.
haven't either.
Pepsi, obviously, when I was a soda guy, Pepsi was my main go-to pop.
When I was a soda guy, I was a Coke guy. But I don't
Ah,
drink soda
you're
anymore. I drink beer
you were
now.
doing uh you do the lines. Yeah, I mean, I don't drink a whole lot of soda like I used to. I just got my coffee machine here. But funny thing is, when I moved here to Rapids, and this is just getting off topic a little bit, when I moved here to Rapids, I stopped drinking pop a whole lot. Unless if either I'm drinking my signature Jack and Cokes, which I call Uncle Roger's medicine, or if I like have a craving for like crushed grape soda. Otherwise, I'd
I had a
drink.
phase. I
Huh?
had a phase in my life where I was obsessed with Orange Crush.
Yeah, Orange Crush me for me, dude. Like some reason I get like way too much heartburn from it. I don't know why.
Well, I know the reason why I started drinking Orange Crush.
Why?
Because we had Rock Band, and one of the songs on Rock Band was Orange Crush by REM.
Oh yeah, dude. That's actually one of my favorite REM songs right there.
It's a good song. It's a good song.
Yeah, it is without a doubt. And the fact that it came out in 1988, which I do believe, in my opinion, is one of the best years for music, dude. What do you expect? All right, so they end up at that donut place again. There's that one dude who's now talking about killing people once again, right? But he wasn't talking to the camera. He was talking to like some random guy or whatever. And Garth once again runs into his dream girl. And then he has like a daydream where he goes to the jukebox and he plays Foxy Lady by the one and only Jimi fucking Hendrix, who is considered one of the greatest guitarists ever. And dude, if you've ever listened to Jimi Hendrix's guitar playing, dude, like I don't know what it is about him that makes him one of the greatest, dude, but his stuff is actually that good, you know. Oh, and then Garth is obviously doing humping the air like Foxy Lady, you know. Oh, and then we cut to the next scene. They're in Cassandra's apartment or whatever, and she and Wayne are doing the dirty deeds that done dirt cheap.
Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds, and they're done dirt cheap.
Dude.
Dirty deeds, and they're done dirt cheap.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
actually, you know what, dude? Dude, this month or a couple days ago actually marked 46 years since Bon Scott died.
Really?
He went out like a rock and roll star, dude. He went out the same way that John Bonham did later in that year. But either way, she takes a phone call, right? And he's doing like whatever. And she cussed him out, but then they go back to doing their dirty deeds done dirt cheap, and the freaking font comes out and it says gratuitous sex scene. I love how they had to point out the obvious.
Yeah.
And Wayne looks to us and he's like, "You're damn right, son." Okay, so they later that night they go over to Kane's penthouse, right? Or you know what I mean? Like I consider it more of a penthouse, honestly, because it's in a big skyscraper, and you know, and obviously they're like, "Holy shit, this place looks incredible, man! This place looks incredible." And Garth,
You like eating alone? Sorry, cat was.
I'm telling you, man, pussy will give you nothing but trouble.
Hmm.
Either way, anyway, Garth is still looking around and he once again breaks the fucking fourth wall, being like, "Let's go check this place out." And right at the end of their hangout, Kane gives them an awesome ass gift, man. He gives them backstage tickets to go see Alice Cooper in, of all places, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Cassandra, meanwhile, was doing rehearsals with her band. And it was at this point that Kane obviously started to flirt with her. Don't you just love it when that bullshit happens? Oh, and then this is the one part, I think this is the one part that actually killed me the most about this film, was that they they're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, right? And they're doing what is like sightseeing, and all of a sudden Garth snaps out of him. He's like, "Wait a minute, what the hell are we doing?" And Wade's like, "Yeah, we got tickets to go see Alice." And you know what the funny thing is, that they go and watch it, and they end up watching him, and he was performing what is actually one of my favorite Alice Cooper songs, "Feed My Frankenstein," which is not only one of my favorite songs, but one of my favorite Halloween songs. And it was a song that came out almost around the same time when this movie actually came out. So Aegis, when you talk about like how Lauren wanted something that's relevant or current, like at that time when they made the movie, like try to get rid of Bohemian Rhapsody and whatnot, I
Yeah.
think for when they did Alice Cooper, Lauren Michaels is like, probably, you know what, we should do "Feed My Frankenstein." It's like his most recent hit and whatnot. Make it fit in with that. Apparently they go onto the stage, but they accidentally exit out of the building. And then they go out into the back part. And dude, there's Chris Farley there playing as one of the security guys. And in fact, that was actually Chris Farley's on-screen debut for film. And I gotta say, dude, he actually did nail it. Like, he actually was not what we saw in Tommy Boy or Black Sheep or Beverly Hills Ninja, which I consider those as his big three for films. But he did like have like a certain quirkiness or personality to him that was like a sneak peek of what we're gonna see. At least on the cinema stuff. We already knew what he was like on Saturday Night Live, but this is the next big step for him at this point. Oh, and considering that he's actually from Milwaukee, Wisconsin himself, dude, I think it kind of felt nice that he gets to do his on big screen debut in his hometown, dude. So that's pretty cool, dude. I love it. I really love it.
This fucking cat will not leave me alone.
Dude, she's positioning herself, dude. Do I need to give you guys some alone time? Yeah, she looks like she's in heat. She's being a whore. Oh, my ma had to warn me. This is what happens when you get female cats, but she insisted on it.
Hmm.
Anyway, we're watching X-Files. Dude, I'm just gonna keep using that quote more because you're the one that had to fucking get it into my brain.
Yeah, like it just started because me and Grant were watching the X-Files and we'd pause and we'd have some deep, like heart-to-heart conversation, Then I'd be like, all right, we're watching the X-Files. Then back onto
Yeah.
the X-Files.
Yep, I know, man. All right, so in the end, they managed to finally make it back inside. Yep, I see the kitty. Oh, you're doing one of those memes right there where you make your cat dance like do. I haven't even done
Yep.
that yet, and I gotta figure out how to get my camera on my phone to do that. I'll probably do a YouTube short of that. All right. They manage to make it back inside and they get to meet Alice fucking Cooper, dude. And dude, let me tell you something, dude. I am very impressed that he managed to make it this long too, because he was in that whole world, where he was like, where, all them British acts were like doing like fucking drugs and alcohol and all that shit. But he
Yeah.
wasn't doing it as extremely as the likes of David Bowie and Keith Moon did. And Wayne and Garth were like, yeah, you guys probably want to be alone. We're going to head out. And Alice was like, no, stay, man. Come hang out with us. And all of a sudden, they drop to their knees and they're like this, man. Like, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. All right. So they make it back. And this is where the problem set in for them with the fucking show, right? They did not like what was going on. What the hell are all this shit? It's like, like when you have like what you're used to, but then all of a sudden everything changes and kind of a thing and you get horrified. That's how they were. And Finley gives him these cue cards, right? Because he's going to interview, uh, fuck, what's that guy's name again? Oh, Vanderhoff. And he's like, I think we got him. But he was like, do you mind if I write something quick just as a change? And he's like, yeah, go right ahead. And all of a sudden, like, as he's holding up the cue cards, dude, there's like all these fucking insults and whatnot in his typical style. And him and both Finley and Kane were looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? So Kane ends up firing him. And Wayne's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. And as they get back from break, Garth looked like he was just about to faint. You know? And Kane called Cassandra and he's like, Wayne didn't talk to you about tonight's show, did you? Did he? And she said no. And he's like, that's all I need to know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then we go back to the old famous shot of them sitting on the hood of the car and they're arguing. And this is probably one of my other favorite scenes right here. It's where Garth's like, you know what you can do with your show? You can. And then the plane's coming over and you can't even hear what he's saying. But you can tell it's probably fucking bad. And then as the plane leaves, he's like, and you're going to have to go to the hospital and get it removed. And Wayne's like, you kiss your mother with that mouth? And then Wayne and Cassandra get into an argument as well. Wayne breaks the fourth wall and he's like, dude, I fucking lost it all, blah, blah, blah. I lost my best friend. I lost my show. I lost my girl. Like, trying to fucking suicide bait or some shit like that. So, Wayne makes his way back to the donut shop. I keep calling it the donut shop. Garth is there. He apologizes to Garth and they make up, dude. They made up. In the meantime, we had our old friend of a manager talking to another guy about killing. He's probably like that one dude from Seinfeld that met Kramer. He's like, Kramer, dude, you ever killed a man before? And Wayne and Garth decide to set up a operation or whatever to win Cassandra back, right? To infiltrate and hijack Frankie Sharp's satellite or something that's broadcasting, like, or make their own broadcast and shit like that, right? And Wayne goes to the setting where they're filming like Cassandra's stuff and he tries to win her back. But he ends up going into a moment where he's just breaking down, crying, and blah blah blah. And then while he's crying, it says Oscar clip on the fucking screen. How many Oscar things? How many times do you think you win an Oscar nomination or even the award just because you fucking cried?
I'm just checking right now to see if Wayne's World was even nominated for an Oscar, which I doubt.
Yeah, I don't think it was
Yeah, it
ever.
wasn't even nominated.
No, like, dude, it's just, dude, Grammys are just as the Oscars are just as biased to comedy music stuff as Grammys are to rock and roll these days.
Same goes for horror. Horror doesn't win a lot of Oscars either.
Dude, that's the yeah. I was like, how the hell is that even possible? I mean, there is some nominations or whatever, but it's mostly for special effects.
Yeah, because this year, Weapons came out. Best movie of the year, if you ask me, was Weapons.
Yeah,
It got maybe one Oscar nomination, and it wasn't even for Best Picture or anything like that. It was such a good fucking movie, and it was done by what's his name? Zach Kreger from The Whitest Kids You Know.
oh yeah,
It
the
was
whitest
so
crackers
good,
on world. Yeah,
and it got nominated for one Oscar, and that was for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role.
that's cool. I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back. Just go ahead and distract everyone while I'm doing that.
O Word of God, come into this space. O Word of God, come send us your grace. Open our minds, show us your truth, transform our lives anew. That's church hymn for you. I knew you were waiting for that. I know you wanted that. You got it. And Roger will be none the wiser that I sang on his podcast because he's not going to actually listen back to this. Oh, there he is.
Oh, I hit my pinky on the wall. Ow. I bumped it on the wall, dude, and it hit my funny boner. Like, I don't know, I hit
I
the.
hit my pinky on the wall.
Dude, I did. It hurts. It fucking hurts. All right, so to continue on, he makes it back to the shot, or he makes it to where they're shooting the music, right? And right after his crying, she finally concedes and runs off with him. And Kane, he didn't look that disappointed at all, honestly.
Hmm.
Okay, in the meantime, freaking do the Mission Impossible bullshit with Garth and all the people who are helping, right? And there's a good old Finley. He tries to stop him, but Garth somehow sweet talks him into helping, you know? And Finley in the end does help him. Kane gets pulled over and is getting searched or whatever by the cop who's a friend of theirs, and they manage to successfully hijack TV, and they do their actual show the best way they know how, while Cassandra's there performing, right? Frankie Sharp, I meant, who was one of the record executives, was watching it, and Wayne told him where they were at, and he goes over there to see their stuff. Frankie Sharp. This is where the biggest what the fuck moment came for me, dude. The goddamn endings, dude.
Have you ever seen the movie Clue?
Oh god, I don't even want to think about it. No, I
Have you seen the
haven't.
movie Clue? They do the same thing for the movie Clue because it's based on the board game, you know? And in
Oh
the
yeah.
movie Clue, they have a different ending for each different character being the killer. And then at the very end, they're like, all right, here's who the actual killer was. What year did that movie come out?
I don't even know, honestly.
1985.
Do you
And
think
Tim
they...
Curry played the butler. And Tim Curry is one hell of a fucking actor.
Oh, dude, you cannot get enough of the fucking Curry, man.
He is such a good fucking actor. What the fuck was that?
You never seen the original It that he played as Pennywise on?
Oh, I have. I just didn't recognize that from it.
Yeah, it was in one of the scenes there. I think he was I think he was sitting on like a hand railing and was doing that. Ha 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 ha. You know, I think that no, I think that's what made him into a like one of the fucking memes. And then there's like I think another meme that was from his cameo that he did on Home Alone 2.
Hmm.
Yeah, the ha and then whatever from Home Alone 2. There was like a bunch of memes that were made, and he got memed pretty good. But yeah, dude, I was like, at this point, I was like, what the fuck, dude? So let me
Hmm.
explain this, folks. There were kind of three different endings that got stitched together, okay? The first one was Frankie Sharp did arrive. He met Cassandra, but he rejected her. And she's like, you ruined my life. I break up with you. And all of a sudden, Stacy out of nowhere told him she's pregnant with his child. And then a fire starts in the basement. And then Wayne is holding like a dead woman around him or something like that. And it looks like he's in hell. And he's like, why, God, why? Meanwhile, Kane and Cassandra did run away together. They went to, I think, Puerto Rico or like down south or whatever. And then Kane fucking breaks the fourth wall too. And then Wayne and Garth called bullshit on that ending. Like, dude, that is probably the first time ever in my life have I watched the movie where the main characters actually even called bullshit on the ending of the fucking film. Like, I have never fucking seen that in my life. And then they decide to pull a Scooby-Doo. And there was Kane who was being held, and there was a guy named Old Man Withers, like, let's see who's in there. And I wouldn't have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling, blah, blah, blah.
Not gonna lie, when I was growing up, Scooby-Doo is my favorite fucking show. I still love Scooby-Doo. Not gonna lie. I could still just sit down and watch some Scooby-Doo.
You
But
know,
growing
it's
up, that was my show.
it's the one thing about me is like I watched it a whole lot as a kid. I mean, obviously, we all know what the Mystery Machine is, right?
Yeah.
The old Mystery Machine. But it's just these days, like, I just don't know. I just don't watch it, like
Yeah.
as much as I used to. But when it comes to Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, that is a whole fucking different story right there for me,
Tom
man.
and Jerry is also really fucking good. I love Tom and Jerry.
Dude, Looney Tunes is my shit, man. I mean, take a look at this. I mean, dude. I mean, just think about this, dude. If I wasn't a Looney Tunes fan, would I have this right here, Taz lunchbox, or how about this right here, Taz bicycle helmet when you were a grade school kid, right?
Hmm.
These are my collective knickknacks right here. You have no idea how fucking hard it was to actually find these on eBay. They costed pretty hefty too. Anyway, we're watching X-Files.
Yep.
Okay, so then they decide to change it up a little bit and they go to the good ending. Cassandra gets the contract from Frankie Sharp and they fall back in love again. Garth gets his girl, and at this point, I don't know anymore. They're now talking to the fucking
Hmm.
audience like it was all like a play or whatever. And I'm just like, did they stop trying at this point? Like, I understand it's an SNL based film, but come on, dude, it's a fucking movie still. You're not in front of a fucking audience like at Saturday Night Live. This is the big leagues that you did here with this film. I don't know, dude. I kind of got confused at that moment, dude. I was like, what? Alrighty, so that's pretty much the whole summary of the film. Um, well, what would you
I'd
give
give it a
this?
7.5 out of 10.
7 out of 10 for me. It's a really good, dude, and even for its budget and then the box office, dude, it was very impressive.
Yeah,
This,
fun fact, this is actually my sister's favorite movie.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice, dude, nice. Um, obviously, Mike Myers and Dana Carvey, dude, they were way ahead of their time in that. And to consider the fact that this is what gave Chris Farley his big on-screen break for film, dude.
Yeah, we
Really,
we really like
really
that line when they say a cream of some young guy.
good. Right. Yeah, it
So,
was a
fun
good.
fact, Mike Myers was also in the movie Inglorious Bastards.
Yeah, I saw that. I think that was like one of his last films or like his last cameos before he kind of disappeared from the film industry. He
Yeah.
still kind of did
What has
film,
he
but
been?
like, I don't know, dude. I feel like after the Love Guru, he just kind of vanished. But they did do like a Super Bowl commercial a couple years ago where they were doing actually Wayne's Basement. It was actually Dana Carvey and Mike Myers in that commercial.
Last movie he was in was called Amsterdam, and that was in 2022.
Okay, so he kind of returned.
And
He
it
kind
doesn't
of
look
somewhat
like
returned
it.
from it.
Yeah, he was just playing a supporting role, it looks like, though.
Yeah. I don't know. Like Dana Carvey, I feel did kind of disappear a little bit too, you know? I know that
Yeah,
Dana
he was
Carvey.
never as big as Mike Myers was.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing though, too, you know, like Dana Carvey in the years after, he did make a bunch of guest appearances on talk shows and like podcasts, you know, just talking about the good old days, you know.
Then he was in that disaster movie that we don't talk about called The Master of Disguise.
Oh God, dude. You know, dude, it's like I don't know, dude. Like everyone talks so much shit about it, dude, but me personally, I really like that film.
Really?
I actually did.
Same thing goes for Nickelback, I guess. Everyone hates on Nickelback, but you fucking love him.
Dude, they're one of my top 5 favorites, so what the fuck are you talking about? I mean,
Hmm.
how is there any bands or musicians that you listen to a whole lot where people shit on them? Or who people shit on?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah. I don't know. Overall, the movie was actually good, you know. If you haven't seen it, I'd recommend it. All
Yeah, it's a
right,
great movie.
so, huh?
It's a great movie. Not a fine piece of cinema, but a really fun movie.
It was, yeah. And besides, dude, it came out in the 1990s, dude. The 90s were good old days.
Hmm.
Trust me, I know. I was born in the middle of it, so I got to experience at least a lot of it. All right, so now that we got the film out of the way, we are going to talk about the soundtrack that came with it, which was also released on the same year. Now, I obviously listened to it at like the last second because, you know, I had to get prepared for the show. And obviously, I did recommend that you listen to it quickly. What were your thoughts about the
Yep.
soundtrack?
I thought it was pretty good. It has some really good songs, some stuff I don't really care for.
Yeah. I mean, there was some good stuff, yeah. But then, of course, when it comes to these soundtracks, obviously, you know, they're like a lot of these songs are usually throwbacks, like from other stuff and shit like that, you know. But I thought it was
Yeah.
good. All right, so Wayne's World, music from the motion picture, as it's called, was released on February 18th, 1992. Because of all the songs that came out in different years, it obviously the time lifespan I'd say was from 1966 to 1992 for music. The genres were hard rock, glam metal, and soft rock. It was released by Reprise Records, and the producers were Michael Austin and Ted Templeman. And Ted Templeman, he actually is a very well-known producer. He has worked with the likes of the Doobie Brothers, Van Halen, and Van Morrison, which I thought was pretty good. The
Yeah.
album, believe it or not, actually got 4.5 stars by All Music, and the Los Angeles Times gave it 3.5 stars out of 4. The it actually shot up to #1 on the U.S. Billboard 200, and for the year end, the results, it was at number 33 on the same charts, and it actually is 2 times platinum with 2 million copies.
Damn.
Yeah,
For a
so
fucking
that's a
movie soundtrack of all things.
yeah. Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, you don't expect that from soundtracks, dude, but you'd be surprised. I mean, me personally, if I was a musician and somebody
Huh.
wanted a song from me, dude, I'd be like, you know what? Don't use anything. I'll make a new one for you.
Yeah, I agree with that sentiment. That's what I'd
Yeah.
do as well. Do you want to
Okay,
go through
so
the songs or do you just
yeah, I'd say we just go through them a little bit here and there, and then that's it. I don't think we have the lyrics for them, so I'd say
yeah.
let's not even bother with the lyrics. Let's just talk about the songs and what we think about them.
Of
Obviously, the
course, first we
first,
got Bohemian Rhapsody.
yep, the first song was Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, which was from their 1975 album, or yeah, it was from A Night at the Opera, which was, I think, 75 when it came out. Yep, A Night at the Opera 1975. And honestly, that's still one of my favorite album names. And obviously, we all know what Bohemian Rhapsody is.
Give my kitty uppies.
Like, dude, we're trying to work here. Fucking focus, you cunt. um, yeah, I mean, dude, we all know what Bohemian Rhapsody is. This is the same song that partially inspired Paranoid Android by Radiohead. And every
Yep.
time, dude, when I fucking listen to this song, I can't listen to it without thinking about how every time my unique high school science teacher um kept ending our dances with it.
All right,
Now,
then we got. Oh, go ahead.
it was yeah. Next up was Hot and Bothered by Cinderella. I thought it was another good tune. Also, like some of the songs you weren't able, they don't have links to on the soundtrack. I'm gonna include the soundtrack, but there's some songs that are not available. You would have to look them up yourselves. Um, Not exactly my most favorite Cinderella song, but it did have that oomph factor with it with this album. Um, uh, Next up was Rock Candy by Bullet Boys, and this is basically a essentially a cover song that was originally done by the band Montrose, which was one of Sammy Hagar's earliest works. And I don't know, dude. I still like the Montrose original version more than the Bullet Boys version.
Yeah.
But the Bullet Boys version, it really did fit in with the 90s
Huh.
sound.
Yeah, and then we got Dreamweaver by Gary White. Gary Wright, I mean.
Yeah. It's a re-recorded version, believe it or not. All I could say, dude, is like, I don't know what it is about this song here, dude, but doesn't the song not sound like you're having a pleasant dream and all of a sudden it fucking turns into a sinister nightmare kind of thing? I don't know. Like, is it me or is this song? Is this not a pleasant song to listen to that makes you uncomfortable as fuck?
I don't get that from it. I know it's just a pleasant little song that I don't really listen to.
Yeah, I mean,
Next song though.
and it's called Sika Mika Nico. Sika Mika Nico. Is that how it
Oh, the
said?
Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's a
Yep,
great
by the
song. I like
fucking
this
Red
song.
Hot Chili Peppers, and it's from their album Blood Sugar Sex Magic, which already sounds like a fucking weird name. It sounds like a Rob Zombie title right there, man. I don't know what the hell they were on. I don't know what the hell all the Red Hot Chili Peppers were on, but goddamn.
They were just eating some spicy peppers. That's all they did.
Right, considering they are the Red Hot Chili Peppers, yeah. Next up, we got is "Time Machine" by Black Sabbath, which was the first song that featured Ronnie James Dio on lead vocals since I can't remember which album it was. I think it was right after the Mob Rules. And yeah, I'll be honest with you, I did not really care much about this Black Sabbath song, and this is blasphemous
Yeah.
coming from someone like me who's a big Black Sabbath guy. I mean, not only was Black Sabbath run or fronted by the legendary Prince of Darkness Ozzy Osbourne, but also it was fronted for a brief time by Ronnie James Dio, who is another hell of a vocalist. He made an appearance on fucking Tenacious D as well. He's the one who told Jables, you know, go to Hollywood, you will form a stronger alliance and form the world's most awesome band.
And we got.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
You go ahead.
We got Wayne and Garth, which was. Eh,
What the
they could
Wayne's
have done
World
better.
song?
Yeah, I think that was the point. Wasn't that the one that the studio made for them?
Or it was already made for them for the intro and outro.
Yeah, I don't think it was meant to be good. It was meant to sound like kind of generic and not very good.
I mean, shit, shit, whether you put good anything good or shit on it, dude, the album still did decent, so.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Um, but yeah, I was like, eh.
yeah.
Yeah. Next up was the Ballroom Blitz by Tia Carreri, who played as Cassandra on it, and it was a cover recorded by Sweet and Aegis. Do you have something you want to say about this song, quick?
I really liked the cover. It wasn't as good as the original, don't get me wrong. But I thought the cover was really good.
Was there anything else you wanted to say about the Sweet version in particular?
So when I was growing up, one year for Christmas, my mom bought us Rock Band for the Wii, and it came with the drum set, the guitar, and the microphone. And I always sang on it, and that's what got me into singing. Was singing on Rock Band. That was one of the songs on Rock Band was Ballroom Blitz. It was one of my favorites.
Yeah, like I even told you this off camera, dude. The Ballroom Blitz is Sweet. It's one of Sweet's best works, but
Oh yeah,
it's not my most favorite song by them. It's Fox on the Run. And I don't know for that song, you either like it or you don't like it. But Ballroom Blitz, dude, it's still obviously number two. It's number two on my favorite Sweet songs.
okay.
All right, next up we got is Foxy Lady by the Jimi Hendrix Experience. It wasn't Jimi Hendrix, it was the Jimi Hendrix Experience. And obviously, dude, Foxy Lady, this was actually what got me. Actually, no, I don't think it was this song. I think it was All Along the Watchtower that got me into Jimi Hendrix, but Foxy Lady was one of them as well. What did you think about that song, honestly?
Honestly, not gonna lie, I've never been big into Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my
It might
dad,
just
what,
be that I haven't listened to the right songs by him, but I don't know. I've
yeah,
just never listened to anything of him that I really cared for.
I think, in my honest opinion, his cover that he did of Bob Dylan's All Along the Watchtower, I think is his greatest song.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that it's his best work right there. I mean, dude, I got Jimi Hendrix stuff. Like, I got these three pictures that were my dad's that I inherited. I mean, dude, my fucking lava lamp is Jimi Hendrix, and then I got two Funko Pops that are Jimi Hendrix. You know. Next up, we got is Alice Cooper's "Feed My Frankenstein," which does make sense that they would put it on this soundtrack, considering that "Feed My Frankenstein" nearly came out around the same time that the movie did, right?
Yeah.
Um, and it's obviously among my favorite Alice Cooper songs. And obviously, the name of the album. Oh, quickly, Foxy Lady was from Jimi Hendrix's album "Are You Experienced?" Alice Cooper, "Feed My Frankenstein" was from his album called "Hey Stupid," but "stupid" wasn't spelled stupid. Instead of the U, it was two O's.
Stoopid.
Yeah, I thought that was like literally the cutest, funniest thing I ever saw in my life. And when it comes to Alice Cooper, like Ozzy Osbourne's called the Prince of Darkness, but Alice Cooper, I call him the anti-hero, honestly, because he looks like an anti-hero kind of guy, you know. Next up was Rhino Bucket's Ride With Yourself. And yeah, I thought it was another good tune. I probably won't revisit it.
Then Eric Clapton with shit, 1 second.
Yeah.
Lovin' Your Lovin'.
And I'm surprised that they even got Eric Clapton of all people with on this soundtrack here. He doesn't look like much of a hard rocker kind of guy, or like this type of music style, you know. Yeah, I would consider his stuff as like kind of a mask of calm kind of thing, you know. Like it's still good
Yeah.
music, to listen to, but it's not too extreme kind of thing, you know. I would call it enjoy listening. All right, and then finally there was Tia Carreri's cover of "Why You Want to Break My
I
Heart,"
think it's
which was
pronounced Carrere.
I don't care anymore at
Oh,
this point.
yeah.
No, it was a cover done by Dwight Twilley is his name, and I'll be honest with you, I've never even heard of him. I actually thought this song was good. It
Yeah.
had like that 80s vibe to it that I really did like. All right, so those were pretty much the quote unquote official songs. Supposedly there was a song that was recorded that was actually from Soundgarden called Loud Love, which was included on here, but the thing was that the song was not included on all versions exactly. So I don't think it was featured on a whole lot of copies. You
Yeah.
know. And then there's like a few other songs that I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. There were some other songs that were featured in the film but were not on the soundtrack. And it's Cold Chills by Kix, Everything About You by Ugly Kid Joe, which is just like just like one other band that I didn't like. I really didn't like Ugly Kid Joe a whole lot. And then Tia Carrere did Fire, which we heard on the film as well. It was never commercially released. There was another song called Making Our Dreams Come True by Cindy Greco. All Night Thing by Temple of the Dog, which was that supergroup that had Chris Cornell and Eddie Vedder in it. And then there is Touch Me by Tia Carrere, which was originally recorded by Private Life, and this song was never commercially released. And oh my god, you're not going to believe this, dude. Mike Myers did a version of Happy Birthday, Mr. President.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Dude, I still cringe
Because
every
when there
time
was
when I
this,
see that. It
I
was
think it was
done by
from the
Marilyn
scene when they were in the
Monroe.
penthouse.
Huh?
I think it was in the scene where he and the girl were in the penthouse.
I think so, yeah. But either way, dude, it's like it was either way. We all know it was originally sung by Marilyn Monroe, who JFK was fucking around with behind Jacqueline's back. Now there was also the theme song from Mission Impossible, which was done by Lalo Schifrin. Schifrin. Yep. Chiffron. And then there's one for Romeo and Juliet, which was done by Pyotr Ilyich. I don't even know anymore.
Fyodor Ilyich?
Yes. I will say that. All right, so that's pretty much the soundtrack. What would I give this soundtrack right here? 6 out of 10.
I'd give it like a 6.8.
Yeah, there were some good songs on here, but when it comes to my movie soundtracks, dude, I want all original stuff. Otherwise, if you grab whatever songs and whatnot, it feels recycled.
So what they did with Repo, they made all original music for it, and it was really fucking good.
Right. Exactly.
I'm gonna get you to watch that movie someday, and I'm pretty sure you'll like it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know yet. But I'm sure we'll have it down in the plans for a future movie podcast for your channel. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this podcast. Are you guys Wayne's World fans? What are your favorite scenes and what are your favorite sounds from the soundtrack? If so, or comment it in the comments below, man. We have a comment section after all. And also, if you have any suggestions or ideas of what we should cover in future episodes, comment it as well. Subscribe to the Roger Radio Show. Hit the bell to be notified. Hit that fucking like button, dude. And yeah, let's keep it rolling. And then meanwhile, subscribe to the Interrobang group as well. And follow me on all my social media. The links to everything will be in the description below. Aegis, you got anything you want to say?
No, not today.
Alrighty. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much. And until next time, ta-ta for now.
Peace.
Wayne's World! Wayne's World!
Wayne's World!
Party time!
Excellent!
Fuck yeah!